I'm Manasmita. Welcome back to Sai Edufy. As I said in the previous video, to discuss about questions and answers of living and non-living things. So let's start. The question is, which of the following is a living thing? Choose the correct option by putting a tick in the boxes beside the options. Air, balloon, dead bird, grasshopper. Yes, the answer is grasshopper. Write down what you have learned that can help you answer the question. The grasshopper is a living thing as it needs air, food, and water to survive. It can grow and reproduce, and it responds to changes around it. Next question is, study the classification chart below. Animals give birth to young alive, cat and dog, lay eggs, cow and snake. Which animal has been classified wrongly? Cat, dog, cow, snake. Yes, the answer is cow because it gives birth to its young alive. Next is, a bird flies away when it hears a loud sound. Choose the correct option by putting a tick in the boxes beside the options. This shows that the bird is a living thing because it can breathe in air, grow bigger, respond to changes, reproduce by laying eggs. The answer is respond to changes because bird is a living thing as it responds to changes around it. The next question is, the pictures below show three different characteristics X, Y, and Z of living things. This is characteristic X, this is characteristic Y, and this is characteristic Z. Which one of the following options best describes characteristics X, Y, and Z? Option 1. Characteristic X is living things grow. Characteristic Y is living things need food and water to survive. Characteristic Z is living things respond to changes. Option 2. Living things need food and water to survive. Living things grow. Living things respond to changes. Option 3. Living things grow. Living things respond to changes. Living things need food and water to survive. And option 4 is living things need food and water to survive. Living things respond to changes. And living things grow. Yes, the answer is option 1. Because characteristic X shows a boy is growing, characteristic Y shows a boy is eating food and drinking water, and characteristic Z shows a turtle is responding to touch. Next is, in an experiment, John used 4 tanks with covers and placed a mouse into each of the tanks. The setups of his experiment are described in the table below. There are 4 setups: W, X, Y, and Z. Setup W has holes on the cover of the tank for air to enter. Setup X has food for the mouse and holes on the cover of the tank for air to enter. Setup Y has food for the mouse and water for the mouse. And setup Z has holes on the cover of the tank for air to enter, food for the mouse, and water for the mouse. In which of the tanks will the mouse not survive? Tank W only, tank Z only, tanks Y and Z, tanks W, X, and Y. Yes, the answer is tanks W, X, and Y. Because a mouse is a living thing as it needs air, food, and water to survive. Without any of these, it will die. Next, a baby cries when he hears thunder. Which characteristic of a living thing does the above example show? The baby can grow, can reproduce, needs air, food, and water, responds to changes around him. The answer is option 4, responds to changes around him. Because the baby responds to the loud sound, so he cries. Next question is, the flow chart below classifies some living things into groups A, B, and C. This is the flow chart. Here is the first question. Question says, based on the flow chart, state 2 characteristics of a living thing in group C. Based on the flow chart, that means to use the information only from the flow chart to answer the question. Do not use what you know but is not shown in the flow chart. Look at this flow chart again. First, read the flowchart and understand the informations. Living things. As I mentioned before, this symbol has question. So here question is, do they have wings? The answer for group A is no. That means living thing in group A has no wings. Again, do they have wings? Yes. The answer for group B and group C have wings. Next question is, do they have two legs? The answer for group B is no. That means the living thing in group B does not have two legs. Again, do they have two legs? Yes. The living thing in group C has two legs. So we can conclude that living thing in group C has wings and two legs. So the answer is it has wings and it has two legs. Next question is, John saw the living thing below in the garden. Which group A, B or C does this living thing belong to? Yes, group B. Because the living thing in group B has wings but doesn't have two legs. Today we have discussed about questions and answers of living things and non-living things. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment and share and hit subscribe button to get more videos to explore more. Bye bye.